Good morning, morning breathers. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. In studio, we have John the Voice.
Good morning.
Tippy top of the morning, John.
Tip top.
It feels like you've been here forever this morning.
Yeah, about 2 minutes.
We're on the edge of our seat.
Every time.
Of whether
it's my way to keep everyone on their toes.
Just no use getting here any before you need to. You had to get some coffee and wake up.
And the funny thing was that I got there earlier than I normally do. I actually sat
with the coffee.
Yeah, I sat down. I had a cinnamon roll, and it was just life was feeling pretty great. And I looked and I was reading about Iowa football media days coming up on Wednesday and just different things, and I was like, oh, I should go. And then
hey, we've got morning breath this morning.
Exactly.
Well, we're glad you're with us. We have I don't know yet what I'm going to call you. Nick Squared. I'm not sure I like that. Nick the Second is still ringing the bell for me, but I don't know how to work producer into that yet.
Okay.
Producer Nick the Second. That just seems awful long.
Yeah.
So things will change. Don't worry.
Doesn't flow glibly off the tongue.
Yeah, it'll come to me. I don't know when. But Nick is with us this morning, pushing buttons, doing your thing.
Doing my thing.
Sliding slides.
Something like
It's funny how the desk looks amazingly like it did when the previous producer was here. Just kind of a shit show.
I mean, there's really
Just
no way.
shit everywhere.
I mean, there's just no way you can get around it unless you go wireless with every single thing, which you can't do, obviously, with a lot of this equipment. Maybe if you could, because it, costs millions of dollars. But I think he's doing great.
Well, I didn't say he was
job.
doing bad. It's just saying, the previous one he'd have rice cakes and stuff over there.
I was just gonna say now, there's
things
no
underneath.
random hot sauce bottles on the floor.
Is there hot sauce?
No, there's not. That's what I'm saying. Like he's tidying up in those areas.
We got all these batteries laying around. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know. You got a lot of stuff going on over there. You got a white thing. I don't know what that is. Extra headphones.
extra headphones,
Yeah.
extra GoPro.
But you know what? He's always got the camera on. He's got the comments on the screen. We're rolling.
The dude is with it.
The man is prepared.
He is ready to go. I like that.
Also, our normal tack is still here. I see.
Yeah, I'm going to see how long it stays.
It just so we can show the people we're talking about. There is a random thumbtack that's been sitting here on this table for, I don't know, a month and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm worried one of these times I'm going to get on a rampage and I'm going to hit the table and that thing's going to end up in my finger. But, when that happens,
But it only goes in so far.
It'll be like halfway, but that'll be okay. So I got shot in the hand with a nail gun when I was a kid roofing, so I'd rather not have any similar experience.
Then you can handle that. You can handle a little tack for sure. Yeah. Okay. So the Southeast Iowa. Well, we're missing Matt today.
Yeah.
We'll go into that in just a minute.
Well, he's here. He just left.
Yeah, I know. But what I want to say first is that Southeast Iowa Video Network is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Thanks, Casey, and all the gang over at KCTC, whether it be Washington or Corona. And then the Morning Breath crew is sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thanks, Willie.
Hey, Willie, thank you. And all the local Hy-Vees. So Matt was here.
Yep.
Giddy about his next assignment, which is he's going to strategic plan for the day.
Yeah.
This is day 2 of 4, I think.
Always a great time, strategic planning.
It is a hoot and a half. Do you do that in your position over
They
the
do that
hospital?
over at the hospital, and I actually, it's a funny story on that. So I came in at the tail end of it this year, but it's a long story. But yes, I've been a part of different companies. Yes, many strategic planning meetings, and it's if those of you don't know what that is, it's basically just a time where all the leaders get together and argue over what they think. I'm just kidding, but there's a lot of
discussion.
There's a lot of strong discussion. There's a lot of good things to get hashed out.
If it's healthy, it's strong.
Yes,
discussion.
absolutely, and they kind of chart the course for the for the next year and everything for the organization.
For whatever organization it is.
Definitely, lots of good mornings this morning. We have up there Jeff and Jim and Martha, and see if I think Paula was there a little bit earlier too as well. I think maybe I'm wrong. I'm not.
Are you
100%
seeing
sure.
things?
Nope. She was there. See, there you go.
Well, I don't know.
That was spot on.
Yeah, lots of people. Morning, James. I'm thinking about coming your way August 1st, Jimmy, but I don't know if I will or not. I'm not 100%. That's all I can say about that.
No.
How's your golf game?
Went out last night after work for a little bit.
You play all the honking time now.
The bug has bit, Tim. Like I'm into this thing.
Get yourself a 60. What'd you get, a 62?
My first ever time that I went out, I had like a 67.
Okay.
And the other day I shot my lowest. I shot a 49.
No. I meant that wedge. I'm sorry.
Oh, the 69-degree wedge.
Yeah, what kind of wedge do you got? Yeah, it's a pretty flat wedge.
It is, but I have a 52, I have a 56, and then I have that one as a 69 because my 60 got lost a couple years ago.
Got a
So
64. Right?
What's that?
64.
69. 69. Yep.
So you've learned to hit your 52 and 56.
The 52 and 56. So Brandon Hamilton went out with him, and then also Matt Brown too as well. I went and played in a tournament with him, and he was giving me some pointers on the wedges, and it has changed my wedge game dramatically. The other night, Sunday night, I was out there with my kids, and it was probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock, so there was hardly nobody on the course. So we went down and parked right in front of hole number 6. And normally I'd take my kids out there sometime, but it only lasts about 2 or 3 holes because they're just like, they just want to drive the cart, they just want to go whatever. Well, and they have a bad habit of, we pull up and they see the ball over and they want to go run and grab it. I'm like, no, don't touch it. But I thought to myself, how can I use this, Nick, to my advantage? So I parked right in front of hole number 6, got about 10 or 15 golf balls out of the bag, and started chipping up onto the green. And then they would run up and go get the balls and then bring them back down. So I'm like, this is perfect. I got like my own 2 like golden retrievers out here. So I just started chipping it up there. And then my older son, he wants, he's trying to putt a little bit. So I put him up on top of the green with the putter. So I would chip it up there and then he would try to putt it in.
Brilliant.
And most of the time he would just haul off and hit it way too hard and he'd be running back down the hill towards me. So I got about an hour and 15 minutes straight of just chipping from, you're from 10, 15, 20 yards or whatever else, and then, right close and just different things. So I'm trying, I still like the Texas wedge, the old putter right outside of the green or whatever. But, it's coming along really well, and I'm just I'm not by no means am I claiming to be a good golfer at any time, but like it's just I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
Well, you haven't asked lessons for me yet, as Bam said last week, when he thinks golf pro,
golf pro tip. Well, we got to talk about it. I get there's
I'm not cheap, John.
Yeah, I'll pay you in cigars. I know the way to your heart. It's fine.
Oh, interesting stuff. I've been playing for a long time, and I don't seem to get much better. But
well, it kind of hit me. I saw some guys out there, who are probably in their, mid 70s ish or so, and it just kind of dawned on me. It's like, I love sports. I played basketball growing up, and I'm like, there's got to be some kind of release of competitive fire because I'm highly competitive, and I'm like, what's something I can do? God willing, knock on wood for the rest of my life for a long time, that I could still play a sport and it's kind of one of the only ones, like
probably
out there
golf.
Like that. Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, well, I'm a late starter with it.
Could be bowling.
Yeah, could be, but
archery.
Yep. Now, I do shoot a bow. I'm just getting into that in the last few years too as well. But it's like, I just. I know I'm a little bit late to the game, really focusing on it, but I also don't think it's too late to I still got a little shred of athleticism left to push into the game, and so I'm having a good time doing it.
Yeah, it's you never master it ever. Did you watch any of the British Open, the Open?
I did not. I had my boys, and so we were running around outside and doing things. So
it was interesting, and I think I said in yesterday's show, it's not one that it's not really one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. Because I look at those courses and I think, who the hell wants to golf in that?
Yeah.
I mean, the rough is this tall. And
that's pretty wild.
It's cold. Everybody in the stands are bundled up. It looks like winter. Yeah, that sounds like a hoot.
Hey, I tell you what was a hoot and what I did watch. Saturday night. I never thought I'd see them doing this, but Saturday night I was in my garage with 2 of my good friends, and we were watching the WNBA All-Star game. Yeah. Because we had a vested interest. We were obviously cheering for Caitlin Clark. Mm-hmm. And I loved the fact that the players who did not get picked for the Olympic team, they kicked their ass.
They spanked.
I mean, they spanked them. The final score was not indicative of how that game went. And I love that, the MVP, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name because I'm going to slaughter it. But I did some back reading on it, and so she pulled out of the pool because she's never been picked out of the pool of players, and so this year she pulled out of the pool and came out and said it's all political. She's like, it doesn't really mean anything. And she
to
just
be in the Olympics.
Yeah, to be in the Olympics. Yes, she was
did
so
not want it.
she was so frustrated with the selection process, but then she went out and torched them.
Yep.
Clark did too as well. And yeah, it was kind of fun seeing Clark dish that that dime to Angel Reese. That was a nice moment there. A high five and everything.
Listen, Caitlin does not care.
Oh yeah, and it was absolutely. And then we were talking so much smack in the garage, like just like Diana Taurasi and whatever else. We were like, oh well, if this girl's just going off. Taurasi's so good, like they should have put her in to shut her down. Like why? I mean, we were just it was kind of a weird moment because we're all sitting there. I'm like, I looked over at the guys. I was like, if you'd have told me a couple years ago that we'd be sitting in my garage
watching
with a vested interest watching the WNBA All-Star game, I would have been like, you're on crack. Like that ain't gonna happen. But
it was really pretty good ball.
It was a good game. I mean, that one. I mean, she got in that zone. I mean, it was just like she was putting up stuff that had no business going in at a certain point. She was just on fire.
She had a weird release. Do you notice that?
Yeah, the only thing that made me think of as the shots continued to go in was Jed. Actually, that's what it took me back to. So Jed, if you're watching, you're still haunting me, giving me PTSD in my garage at this point. So it was just like the ball. It was just the hoops as big as an ocean.
That's
it was just
going
going in.
Crap right there. The WNBA All Stars beat the Olympic girls 4 years ago.
They did.
Well.
They did.
So this is a thing.
Yeah. And then they're like, well, they're still going to win the gold. And I'm like, yeah, because the Olympic competition for the women now is like the Olympic competition was for the men, 25 years ago. Like it's trash. Yeah. Like it's absolute garbage.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
So it's kind of ceremonial.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apparently. The men had a close.
They did. Two of them. They had a close one again last night.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Yeah, they won by like 2 points or whatever it was against Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were, yeah. It's,
and I got to believe they haven't really turned it on yet. These guys have a switch, and I don't care what you say. They have a switch.
And that's what we were talking about too the other night is that we watched. You kept waiting for that switch to flip in the All-Star game where the Olympians were like, all right, enough's enough, let's turn it on. And they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, they would not. Jed. Normally, I would take offense getting compared to a WNBA basketball player, but she was lighting it up. Correct. She was. There was these like 1 foot off balance shots. We're like, what is that? I'm like, oh my god, it's going in.
That was nothing but the bottom of the net.
But to finish your point, no, they really did, and I think and LeBron really has done it twice. In both of the games, like last night, he scored like 11 points in the last 4 minutes. Like he just took the game over.
Said, we're not losing.
Well, yeah, and they let him play pretty physical, right? So he's just like, screw this, I'm playing bully ball, which he can absolutely do, if he wants to. Just went to the basket, hit the clutch three and did some other things. So you're right. They do have that extra gear and then that switch to turn, and any one of them out there, about can turn it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a matter of which one's going to do it that night. So
I know the season's been over, not really all that long.
Yeah,
but it's time, boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are exhibition games. I mean, you give these guys, any of these other countries a thought. I'm sorry, Nick, we're talking so much sports, but that's what we do here. We're not a sports show, but this is what's on our mind.
Fine.
You got any sports thing you want to talk about? Clay pigeon shooting? Anything? Nothing. All right, you just sit there and listen.
And we got a clay shoot coming up September 27th. You should come shoot with us.
You going out to
Highland Hideaway? Yep. We run a clay shoot out there for the hospital foundation. It's a really good time. It's
they
fun
do.
Out there,
the guys that do that
they are fantastic.
It's amazing.
There. Oh yeah, it's fun.
I think it's been a lot of years ago, and I used to. A guy would hand toss and.
See, I could see you like with the hat and like a nice pipe and the vest and the over under.
That's how you see me.
I think you get like a classy gentleman shooter. If you will.
I had probably like a Mountain Dew ball cap on, a t-shirt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pull.
Yeah. Yep. I was trying to set you up for anyway.
No, probably not. We're close enough. I think we should just maybe take a break. What do you say, Nick?
Let's go for it.
Okay, listen to that.
Enthusiasm.
Conviction. That was conviction right there, folks. We're going to stay on time. Come hell or high water. We'll be right back.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2024 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Great food from the North Village or the Log Village. Plus, learn how to square dance over at the dance bar. This is the place where memories are made. Make plans now to enjoy the history of the past at the 2024 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 29th through September 2nd in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Breath. I feel like I'm cricket. Am I cricket? Should I be over here?
There you
Be
go.
over here? Where should I be?
You cannot stop it.
What's really weird is I go this way and I go that way and that. That screws with
I'll
me.
mess with you.
Nick, can we fix that?
Nope.
Okay.
Patty says good morning.
Good morning, Patty.
Good morning, Miss Patty. Morning Breath is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
And the Morning Breath crew is sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank you, Willie.
Thanks, Willie.
You know, we have some fun stuff. I mean, we could talk about
Yeah.
almost anything.
Yeah.
But this, I think, is rather interesting. We have some Olympic, we started talking about some Olympic stuff. So this is interesting. Some Olympic sports that are no longer in the Olympics. And then it's odd that most of these occurred in 1 year. But I figured out why that is. So is there anything there that you'd like to talk about, John or Nick? Okay, I do. Hot air balloon racing. Can you imagine? How do you cheat at that? I mean, you just couldn't.
I don't know.
There's no steroid you could take.
I don't know.
There's no testing. You get super infused helium.
I know nothing of how hot air balloons function.
I
So
don't know either. But live pigeon shooting. So these all happened in 1900.
if they'd like to hold these Olympics in my yard, if they have live pigeon shooting, I'd be down with that because there's an overpopulace. But yes,
I'm hearing. Do you have cicadas at your house now?
cicadas.
Yeah.
No, haven't really seen a lot. No.
Okay. Well, my kids are starting to hear them all of
Yeah.
a sudden in Ainsworth. Of course, chariot racing was one.
Oh yeah.
That would have been a hoot.
Yeah, with the
Vicious.
Well, yeah, because you see like shit, like the old movie like Ben-Hur,
Ben-Hur.
and some of the ones with
Put
like the spikes on the side. Yeah, absolutely.
You take out a guy's spokes, that's over.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yep.
Say that number 2, will you? John.
Pancreation. I don't
Pancreation?
know. Pancreation.
That
Mix
just
between
sounds just
boxing-
like MMA. Why do they just say MMA?
Yeah, mix between boxing and wrestling. There are only 2 rules: could not gouge opponent's eyes out and could not bite. Only 2 rules. All right, it's pretty good.
The rest is all good.
Okay.
down.
How
That was very early on, folks. That was 648 BC to 393 AD.
so number 9, how in the F was this ever an Olympic sport? Poodle clipping in the Olympics 1900, giving poodles haircuts. Explain to me.
Speed,
But
accuracy.
oh, yeah, but like for giving a poodle a haircut,
There's lots of things on here.
I mean, they don't have competitive human haircutting in the Olympics, to my knowledge.
Nope. That's why it only made it once.
I mean, and if they have that, then underwater basket weaving should have been in there, too, as well.
Well, they have underwater swimming.
Well, yeah.
What do you call that?
What do you? Okay, underwater swimming. How do you swim over above water swimming? I don't. Unless you're Jesus when you're walking on the water, I don't
if you're
know.
Swimming like a stroke, you're part in and part out.
But you're in.
Well, it's true. But
Speaking
part
of-
you is sticking above the surface.
Speaking of swimming, the greatest Olympians ever, Michael Phelps. I was traveling for the college that I
You
attended
met
way back
him?
when. No, I did not get to meet him. I just remember being in hotel room after hotel room and watching that dude perform.
Yeah,
and
he's
then with his
amazing.
unreal. Like I so thankful to have been able to have witnessed that. Honestly,
Yeah.
like just absolutely incredible.
Special dude.
Yeah,
And Katie Ledecky,
yeah,
special swimmer.
yeah.
She's unbeatable in the
Absolutely.
5,000 or whatever it is, 3,000. I don't know how many miles it is.
The race was it like the 4x? I forget what so it was the 4 of them where the team not no
4x1.
it wasn't Phelps, but it was his teammate that came back to beat France.
Yeah. And France is fast.
Well, they were the favorites in
For
that
sure.
particular event, and that was just
kicking our butt.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then-
that third leg, fourth
well,
leg.
yeah, and then he came all the way back, and just I remember watching that live. It was just
I
it
remember
was
that
really
too.
cool.
That was amazing. So underwater swimming was in the Olympics in 1900, just like a swimming obstacle course. I would have done that. I like to swim. Mm-hmm. I feel like I could give lessons in swimming. And all that was done in 1900. So here's why I think all these things were done, like a horse long jump and a high jump.
Mm-hmm.
Was somebody on the horse when they were long jumping?
I couldn't tell you. I was
Here we have painting. How many heats of painting did we have? Well, this all transpired. The Olympics were held in conjunction with the World's Fair, which happened in 1900, and that lasted from May to October. So I think they added all these little tidbits of things to do because you had, 5 months to get them done. You had to fill some time. You needed a filler.
yeah.
So that's what I think that's all about. There's some facts about the Olympics you probably don't know, but you might have read some, John.
I was just reading ahead a little bit here. There was all kinds of different things. Like, well, what do you think Nick? What do you think what do the Olympic rings stand for?
Well, I knew this already.
Yeah,
But this the 5 continents that are involved.
and then the colors were chosen because they appear on all the flags of all the competing nations around the world.
You didn't want to talk about the naked athletes?
I mean, I was figured you'd beat me to it, so there was.
The one that blows me away is the 15-year hiatus, 1,500-year
Yeah.
hiatus.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
1,500-year hiatus. The original Olympic Games, staged in Olympia, ran from 776 BC until 392 AD and were held, like today, every 4 years in conjunction with a festival to honor the Greek god Zeus. Amazingly, Zeus.
No guy named
absolutely.
Zeus.
Yeah, I know a few dogs named Zeus as well. Amazingly, it took 1,503 years before the Olympics were to return. They were organized by Pierre de Coubertin, who I think I pronounced that right, who formed the International Olympic Committee, the IOC. The modern Olympics were born and took place in Athens in 1896.
I'm curious what made it stop. Why did it just stop? What happened in 392 that they said, yeah, this is the last one. We just can't do this anymore. And then 1,500 years later, they think, I was reading this book one time, and then we used to do this stuff. Maybe we should do it again.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
We need.
Seems like something we need to do.
Somebody. Good morning, Jeannie. Somebody out there, and by the way, Jimmy, no, not like Elmer Fudd. I'd like to know why it stopped for 1,500 years. Because that seemed to be a rather,
That's a rather healthy break.
yeah. But I mean, we were going for 1,000 years, roughly 1,000 years they were doing this. And then all of a sudden, yeah, we need to take a break.
You know, you wonder, you actually wonder during that time, because it would have been during that period of time, especially like from 0 to 392 AD, where you talk about the Colosseum and the gladiators and, you know, the slaughtering of all kinds of different people groups and the competitions there with the games in the Roman Colosseum. So I mean, I don't know.
Maybe that has to do with the.
Maybe that could be in conjunction. I'm just throwing that out there, but
Yeah. Nope. Anything else? Oh, the Olympic flame never goes out.
always lit.
I don't know that I knew that. So there's a flame somewhere.
Yeah, because it
So
was
it's been lit since 1896.
and then they transferred, like it travels. And
I did
it's
know
a
that,
while.
but I thought eventually that thing's, they're going to blow that thing out and say, let's hang on to this.
You wonder if it actually has, and they just haven't told us. Conspiracy theories for 400, Alex. I'll take the Olympic flame.
Well, it's very interesting. If it did go out, like en route to, there's another flame that's 30 seconds away from that thing that is lit from the mother flame in Athens, Greece.
Wow.
Amazing. You got to have a contingency plan,
Yeah.
John the Voice.
We do.
Hey, how was you had a gig down in Fairfield, didn't you?
I did.
How'd that go?
You know,
Back to the house?
it went pretty good, but you're right. We probably should take a break at 7:42. We can.
I know, but I want to talk about this.
It was fun. It was a good time. There wasn't a ton of people there, but the ones that were there, they were exciting. Like they were a good time. And it was just a nice, relaxed environment. I'd never been to the Walton before.
Okay.
So Kyle and I were down there playing, and it was a good time. Got to see some people that I used to work with down at Cambridge, and it was cool. It was a good time.
Very good. Now I'm ready to take a break.
And
We should
now
take
we
a
can
break. Well, hi, Joanne. I know Joanne. Oh, I can tell you stories. All right, we better take a break.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers, and sellers to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Breath. We had a new person checked in today, Joanne. Good morning, Joanne. I've been doing this since February, so I'm glad you found us. We do this every day, Joanne, and it's good that you're here. Along with my wife, Patty's here too. We could just go on and on. We could do this for a long time.
We really could.
We better get set for the day because we're running long.
So the time right now is 7:46. Yes, we're running over time. Currently 68 degrees out here in Washington. Going to be a high of 85 today, low of 62 in the surrounding areas. Patchy fog early today. Some sunshine. Thunderstorms possible this afternoon. Yeah, can't wait for that. Things to do. The community band will perform yet again tonight in Fairfield at 8 p.m. at the Central Park Square. At Mount Pleasant, the farmers market is tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. at McMillan Park.
Hopefully their family cleanup went well.
Yes. And then the Washington area, the Wellman Farmers Market is tonight from 4 to 7 p.m. there on Main Street.
I didn't know Wellman had a farmers market.
I didn't either until just about 60 seconds ago before we came out of the break. So... yes. Anyway, this day in history, in 1903, the Ford Motor Company sold its
the old people say.
Sold its first automobile, the A Ford model. 5 years later, it introduced the hugely influential Model T. I tell you what, if you want to watch an interesting movie, if you haven't watched Ford versus Ferrari, with Matt Damon, Christian Bale, and those guys, that's a cool movie.
It is an interesting movie.
Yeah, it's a good. I liked it. I watched it again the other night. It's pretty good.
I still have to. I told myself I was going to watch some Marvel thing or something. I was going to do it for Matt, and I still haven't gotten to it.
Yeah, well,
Iron Man.
That's what Nick knows. I don't remember the damn name of it.
I love those movies in the sense of I like Robert Downey Jr. as an actor. And I think that they typecasted him perfectly because in that movie, he's just being himself. Honestly, it's kind of wild, but it's pretty cool. Daily dad joke for the day.
How apropos that you get to do this one.
Yeah, how apropos indeed.
It's a good word, isn't it?
It is. Word of the day, apropos. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
When I was a lad, I hated facial hair.
And now,
grew on me.
Yes, exactly. I tell you what, I saw Blandon the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Blandon shaved off his beard, and I didn't even recognize him. I was like, "Who are you right now?" I was like, "What is happening?"
He is so great.
Oh, absolutely.
So great.
Well, the last time I saw him, his hair was all out, and he had the beard, and then I see him, and everything's dialed into to the cornrows, and then he's completely shaven. I was like, "Who is this guy?" I'm like, "What happened?"
This new man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you all for joining today on this happy Tuesday. If you liked what you saw, hit those thumb button, subscribe. I don't know.
Like, subscribe, share, comment.
Subscribe, share, like, comment. We're on
Facebook,
YouTube, and Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be back tomorrow. You back tomorrow?
I'll be back tomorrow.
We're gonna have a full boat tomorrow. You ready for that, Nick?
I'm ready.
Who's gonna carry the boats?
Boss man Matt, John the Voice, and the two of us will be here. Until then, have a great Tuesday. We will see you tomorrow morning.